What's that?
No, because I was younger, they used to do that sort of thing in, down here, but they don't anymore because it got to be too expensive.
Now, here's the interesting part is, this is one of my friends that was next to me. His name is Frank. Frank, how do you say your last name? Bohannon. I'm sorry about that. And Frank used to be with SEMA. And part of it is we talk about the race going green. We talk about cars being green. And it's really a hot topic, but mostly, I know you're going to make a comment about this, is he said, and I think this was before, okay, although it could be still appropriate for some people, he said, most people spend more on Starbucks in a month than they do on gas.
Yeah. I mean, it's, okay, we're not going to be, I'm not being derogatory to the police because most of the guys we know are nice, but okay, when my father was a police officer, he was a reserve police officer in the community in Los Angeles. In his day, it was donuts.
Yeah.
Today, with the police officers, they'll sit there and talk about what's going on over Starbucks. So you figure, okay, like yesterday was 6 officers at one time, 6 officers. Each one went to Starbucks, and you know that every day they're doing the same thing because they stop in, talk about business.
Right.
And you imagine over a span of a year how much money they're spending on it. And they probably don't spend that much money on gasoline for the cars that they drive.
Well, I think part of it is you go to Starbucks and you go to things because it's stuff that you want to do for enjoyment. You drive your car because you enjoy it, but adding fuel and paying for it, it's kind of like that's a necessary evil. So you can enjoy your car.
Now, what's secret? We have a, don't let anybody know this, but we take our car, when we go to Las Vegas sometimes, we'll take the car off-road to go do things. So we enjoy the SUV. Because Notaspringchick has drove it like that. He drove it that angle once. Then we got to the end and we had to back it all the way off, which was fun. So, no, but you drive, you know, an honest thing. We come from an era when my family went out to buy an automobile back in the 1940s, 1950s, even in the 60s, the whole family would go out to look at the automobile. And it was a big deal, you know, this was something brand new. It had all of these features in it. I mean, we didn't have, radios were not standard in cars for a long time. Heating, oh yeah, that heating maybe. And there definitely no air conditioning. So when you see something like that, our bucket seats, our seats that adjusted, our station wagon with the seat in the back, which you stick the kids, and they can say, they can put in the car. No, but it was a big deal. Families went to shop for cars. Today, you figure you're going to go out and do battle with car dealers on every car you're buying. It's not fun anymore. That was exciting, and it doesn't have to do with the fact that, okay, Saturn tried to make it a fun experience again, but Saturn lost the battle because Saturn simply didn't hold to its principles, which is to keep the car economical. But if you make anything fun to do, people do it. If you make driving, okay, this would be the most horrible thing to happen to the green people if driving become fun again.
Well, I did just see something where people were talking about muscle cars coming back.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is what people were having fun driving.
Yeah, basically, I sat there and once, for one of Cynthia's friends, I sat there and rebuilt, she went and bought a GTO, and right off the bat blew the engine. I sat there in an auto shop and tore her car apart, put it back together. They all got angry at me because I said that I didn't put all the parts that came with it back in it, and it worked better. They said it can't do that. Well, it did. So, but we go do that. I mean, I built Woodies, I built hot rods, I built everything. We had a heck of a lot of fun. Okay, the closest that anybody has today of having fun is the Chicanos and their lowriders.
They do have fun with that.
They know how to have fun, which is what a lot of people have forgotten, but they have fun. I mean...
Well, actually, you're making me think. If you want to have fun with your car, think SEMA.
That's right. No, I mean, you see people... I mean, okay, what was it? Oh, I seen the brother of the guy, without missing...
Mythbusters?
No, trace, trace.
Without a trace?
Without a trace. I saw the star of that show's brother crawling underneath cars at SEMA. And he said, you got a light on your camera. Can you show me? I'm sitting there with my light so he can look underneath. The kid got his jeans on and his t-shirt, and he's checking out the mufflers on the cherry bomb mufflers under the car. And you'll see people, major performers, going to that place, and they're all, oh God, they're sitting there looking at the engine and they're in their tail, they're going vroom, 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 because they're there to have a good time.
Because they are like toys.
It's like toys. It's just like a candy shop for people in the car business, the SEMA. So,
oh, we have so much fun with that.
That's right.
I know, and there's a lot, and actually, not only are we talking about SEMA because it makes automobiles fun, but they were one of the sponsors.
Yeah,
for
but
the race
SEMA, okay. If the only cars you're going to be able to buy new are the O and the Super O, the Puma and the Nano, SEMA is going to be the place to go to keep your cars running. It's the automotive aftermarket.
Oh, that's true.
It's where you're going to get your replacement parts. All your replacement parts are going to come through them. It also means that people basically, because you tell the poor guy, well, you can't have that 300 horsepower car with a cherry bomb muffler with, that will do 0 to 60 in half a second. You can't buy those anymore. You have to buy the car that gets 100 miles total with uncomfortable seats and stuff. So the aftermarket, I can give you a, I can give you a header. I can give you some cherry bomb mufflers. I can show you how, give you the parts to rejigger your transmission. I can do all of that. So it basically, they're not going to stop people. The government can legislate how you're supposed to buy a new car, but the older cars, okay, you go to Cuba, you'll see, how we get parts for older cars. We go to Cuba and buy cars in pristine condition in Cuba.
Really?
Yeah, you can find 50s automobiles like came off the, actually because that's what's in their stores is 50 automobiles. You can buy pristine parts there, and SEMA is going to get skunk rich when you force the O, the Super O, the Nano, and the Puma on everybody, because people are going to keep, okay, I will tell you, we're talking people that are green in the news industry talking, I don't want to get rid of my SUV, I bought it to keep my wife and my children safe. They're not going to get rid of those cars.
Yeah.
And because they're not going to be able to buy new ones, they're going to have to go to SEMA in order to keep them running.
Oh, that's true.
SEMA's going to get wealthy by all of this. But they're fighting the battle. They're fighting a losing battle.
And you thought the market was not going to be good for the automotive aftermarket.
It's going to be great for the aftermarket.
Or for cars. Oh, actually for the aftermarket. But part of it is when you're looking at the cars, well, although this was about the race goes green, it does make you realize that the support of people for racing is really critical for not only just entertainment, but also for the future of the cars you might be driving.
Every ticket that you buy to an auto race helps to ensure the future of the automobile industry, because the technology for the automobile industry, it may be nothing more than a windshield wiper.
Mm-hmm.
But you have the variable speed windshield wiper. You have windshield wipers on the back window, defoggers.
Oh, it's true.
All of this stuff the technology comes out of people. They have to be tested. The best place to test them is on a racetrack. And when you come to the races, you're getting to see things, that one day might be on your car, and you could say, I can remember when I saw that being used for the first time. That's the whole trick about it. So, green is a method because they know this coming and they can't stop it.
That's right. So they might as well be green.
That's right.
And it's a testing ground.
That's right.
So for now, this is Not a Spring Chick.
And this is Oldecam.
On The Race Goes